Hello, this is Dorothy Smith. I'm a close to my heart independent consultant, and today I'm bringing you some special paper for May, and it's called The World Is Yours. It's beautiful paper, lots of greens, great for travel, great for summer vacations. It's just perfect for those kind of things for your family. And I downloaded the instructions and printed them out, and it tells you just exactly what you need to do this workshop. Most importantly, you need the Artistry You Are Here in Flower Market cartridges. And I have the Explorer Air 2, so you need to make sure that all of your cartridges are uploaded to the Cricut Cloud. And you can, when you have your instructions, then you click on that link. These are your digital instructions. You click on that link and it takes you to all of the cuts that are already pre-sized for you. They come up in a nice pile, and when you click Make It, then it's okay. You put in your sticky sheet with, the white cardstock on, and you shoot it through and it cuts everything. It's pretty much a no-brainer. Now, if you don't have the Explorer 2, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult to try to go through the cartridges and figure out what cuts to make and what size to make them. So if you don't have an Explorer 2, then find a friend who's got Cricut Design Space, and hopefully they've got their cartridges loaded to the cloud and you can get them to cut your papers for you. So what I'm doing is I'm going through, I started cutting these papers already, and I'm just going to show you, this is one of the cuts. Life is made of small moments like this. Take time to enjoy them. So that's what the Cricut Explorer did for me with my cartridges uploaded. So it's really cool, and this is going to be 7 pages altogether. So there's 3 2-page layouts and then a single page layout that's going to knock your socks off. So anyway, I'm just going through, and like I said, I've cut some of the pages, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how I went about organizing this, because there's lots and lots of cuts, and you want to be organized, otherwise you'll make yourself nuts. So I got 4 12 by 12 plastic bags that I got my cardstock or workshops in, and I labeled them layout 1, layout 2, layout 3, and layout 4. And on the instructions there's always a little number in parentheses, like 2. Well, that doesn't mean to cut 2 of them. It means that that is for layout 2 or layout 1. So as you make your cuts, then put them in your labeled bags so that you'll be able to take a page at a time or a layout at a time and figure out what goes where. So I'm telling you, you'd be crazy otherwise. So I'm just kind of going through and figuring out which cuts I haven't made yet. And I actually think I made my espresso cuts already. Yeah, you can see them in the bag. And so those were made. And so I think I can save that sheet that I pulled. So yeah, and I'm just going through and making sure that all of the cuts for that piece of espresso cardstock is in the appropriate layout bag. So it's tedious, but you'll thank yourself later, and it's the only way to go with this. So did I tell you how much I love these papers? There's all sorts of little trees and watercolored backgrounds. This is going to be the triangle is for kind of a sunburst pattern at the bottom of one of the pages, which is really cool. And I really like that. Well, I like all these layouts, actually. I do believe that Jennifer Smith, she is one of our consultants that is so amazingly talented. She just closes her eyes and, God, genius things come out of her brain. She's just amazing. So anyway, we all benefit from having Jennifer Smith in close to my heart, because she'll come up with layouts for us, and then we can pass them down to you all. So let's hear it for Jennifer Smith. She's not related. She's from Canada, and she's a delight. I totally went fangirl on her at one of the conventions and completely embarrassed myself. But anyway, I'm just going through and figuring out which cuts I need to make here, and putting them in the appropriate bags. So I'm just kind of gonna go through. I will tell you that I will admit this, because I'm not afraid of showing you I can be awfully silly sometimes. I spent a week and a half trying to figure out why I couldn't get my Cricut design space to cut the cuts for me. And, I was sure that I had downloaded all my cartridges, because but I couldn't do it. I called up Cricut, I called up Close to My Heart, and they said, "Are you sure you have your Cricut cartridges loaded?" And I said, "Of course I do." And I went back through Design Space and pulled up all of my Close to My Heart cartridges, and I had 8 of them loaded. Well, then I went to my little piece of furniture that I have in my club room that holds all of my Cricut cartridges, and I counted my cartridge boxes. And would you know that there were 9 boxes, but I only had 8 of my cartridges loaded into the Cricut cloud? So You Are Here was not loaded, and that's why I spent a week and a half getting frustrated. So before you do anything, make sure you can pull the 3 cartridges, the Artistry, Flower Market, and You Are Here cartridges, up in your Cricut design space to make sure you can pull those up. Probably nobody else has this problem but me. But what can I say? It's all this computer stuff, and I should be used to it by now, but I get very sure of myself too. So anyway, here I am cutting mink cardstock, and I want to say I think that's going to be some of the backgrounds for the background for one of the layouts. Layout 1. So, and that really cute craft paper is going to be the outside border for the mink. So that's going to be a really good looking layout. So I think what I'm going to do here is, so now we've got the peach. So I made the peach cuts already. And, the simple cuts, the rectangles and squares and strips, those are no problem. You got those. I'm sure you've been cutting for a long time, and you've got those pieces. I'm just going through to make sure I've got all of the pieces that I need for each of the layouts. So the colors that go together here, the palette is peach, and that mink, that light gray, and greens, and kind of a glacier blue, kind of a sage green. And so, probably not things I would necessarily put together, but, when I got this paper packet, sorry, my telephone started ringing and the lady wouldn't get off. I tried to tell her a couple of times, but anyway, she was being annoying, so here I am back. So anyway, I'm just going through all these different pieces, and I don't know if this is going to make any kind of sense to you at all, but just know that this is all about the beginning of the organization. And so this is, you probably have a better, cleaner way of doing the organization. This is just what I came up with for me. And you want to have your way of organizing all of these pieces as you cut them, so you won't be taking up so much time. It'll waste a lot of time trying to find the right piece to go with the right layout. So this way you'll come out a little bit ahead with your spending your time. So anyway, I think I'll just play some music and hopefully you can kind of follow what I'm doing.